This is Arise News.
That's a round of applause. Thank you. And also the Minister for State, Dr. Mariam Mahmood, for their unwavering commitment to building a smart, investment-friendly capital. Working with His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of the FCT, Barrister Nyesom Wike, CON, we have witnessed visionary leadership and a strong commitment to urban renewal across the Federal Capital Territory. This administration has prioritized the rehabilitation of road networks, improvement of public transportation systems, upgrading of street lighting and drainage infrastructure, and revitalization of the key city districts to enhance mobility and livability. Working hand in hand with our leader, he has also advanced projects that strengthen waste management, housing development, and green area restoration, ensuring a cleaner, more functional city for all. And as the Nigerians would like to say, Abuja is now shining its eyes. Shine your eyes. Because under his watch, the city is truly wearing a new look. Most notably, the refurbishment of the Bola Tinubu Conference Center, where we are all seated here today, stands as a symbol of purposeful development. Thank you. Let me hear that clap. Thank you very much. I'm sure most of you that are coming here for the first time, I'm sure you're surprised. And this is actually a tribute to the President's enduring legacy of transformative governance. This landmark project not only enhances the architectural beauty of Abuja, but also reinforces its status as a modern capital, reflecting the renewed hope vision. I also thank our traditional rulers. I thank most especially our keynote speaker that has made time to come, and you know him, he's an investment guru. I thank you very specially. I'd like to thank our mother for representing His Excellency and being here with us this morning. My special appreciation goes to the planning committee of AICL. If you're in the room, just stand up for recognition, but I know they are all outside. Thank you so much. Thank you. And of course, the event managers of this program, Forum Solutions. If you're in the room also, I'd like to thank you for this wonderful work that you've done. Thank you so much for their professionalism and excellence. Together, let us continue to unlock the potential of Abuja's economy and contribute to the prosperous Nigeria founded on opportunity, resilience, and hope. Thank you once again. Welcome to the Abuja Investment Expo 2025.
Welcome address from Her Excellency Ambassador Dr. Maureen Tamuno, who is lighting entrepreneurial fires in Abuja and pushing the envelope. I'd like to take a moment to welcome our elder statesman, Elder Anibaba. It's always good to see you, sir. Welcome. It's such a pleasure to have you join us today. I'd like to greet all chief executives and heads of government agencies that are here. I'd like to say that one of the things that Dr. Tamuno is very famous for doing is engaging stakeholders and making her mark in doing what they call management by walking around. Her style of management is such that she would engage you if you were not engaging her, if she needed you. She will call on you, she will visit with you, she will showcase Abuja at every drop of the heart. She has said that the FCT administration currently is building a smart, investment-friendly city, is building a lot of infrastructure to ensure that those in the city benefit and entrepreneurs are on top of their game. There's green area restoration for a cleaner and more functional city. And of course, there's visionary leadership and a strong commitment to urban renewal. Let's hear another round of applause for our host, who has invited us here for this very important Abuja Business and Investment Expo 2025. Just putting on record that my entire FCT family has gathered to support this initiative. We have mandate secretaries in the room. We have permanent secretaries from the FCT, directors, heads of agencies, and coordinators from the FCT. who are here, and the FCT Head of Service is represented today by Mr. Ugafo Augustine, Director ICT FCTA. You are here, we celebrate you, we welcome you, and we thank you so very much for coming. There's no better time than this time to celebrate the representative of the Honorable Minister of the FCT, who is at once a woman who continues to look out for the citizens of the FCT, an excellent team player, and a ranking member of the FCT family, who has joined us today with her elegant presence. Please, let's give a round of applause to the Honorable Minister of the FCT in representation by the Minister of the FCT. At this point in time, I'd like to invite my co-director of ceremony, whom I like to call the Voice, who has a few things to tell us for safety, and then he will go on, of course, to do the goodwill messages. Andy?
Thank you very much. I'm most delighted to be here. And of course, in talking about safety, before I get to doing that, let me warmly recognize the presence of our keynote speaker. He's been recognized before, but I'd like you to please join me in welcoming Sir Tony Elumelu, CFR, one more time. We also want to warmly recognize the presence of Chief Ferdinand Alabara, our elder statesman. Please, a warm round of applause for him. We're also being joined by Honorable Tosin Adamson Ainde, Senior Special Assistant to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on Industrial Training and Development. We'd like to welcome you. Please, a warm round of applause for him. And His Royal Majesty Alhaji Dr. Adamu Baba Yunus CON, owner of Abaji, who chairs the FCT Council of Chiefs, Abuja, and Chancellor of Federal University of Ukari Taraba State, is ably represented here by Honorable Alhaji Kamal Adamu Shuaibu, Sarikin Gabas of Abaji, Hakimi of Ayaura, and the Agepa Crown Prince of Abaji. Please let's welcome him with a round of applause. And now take us through the safety briefs, pretty very important. We ordinarily would have started with that, but it's better late than never. Now, as we proceed, please allow me to bring to your attention a few important safety and convenience notes. The conveniences for both male and female guests are located to the left-hand side of the lobby, just as you come out of this auditorium. In the unlikely event of an emergency, you will hear a very clear voice command saying, evacuate, evacuate. Please do not panic. Our trained personnel will be guiding you safely to the designated muster point. And kindly note that this facility is CCTV monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And please ensure your safety and security at all times. However, please keep your personal belongings and valuables very safe. Finally, as a courtesy to our speakers and guests, we ask that you keep your mobile phones completely on a silent mode throughout this event. Thank you for your rapt attention and cooperation, and we wish us a very smooth and peaceful event. Moving, the Managing Director was invited earlier on to give a welcome remarks and did a Your Woman's job and is still in the business of doing wonderfully for Abuja and Nigeria by extension. I'd like that we please celebrate her one more time with a resounding applause. And just to introduce to you a very short clip that tells us the vivid story of the journey of Abuja Investment Company Limited, where they were, where they are now, and where they intend to be. Please, let's watch.
Every great city has a force that builds its story. In Abuja, that force is Abuja Investment Company Limited. For over 3 decades, Abuja Investment Company Limited has stood at the heart of FCT's economic growth, driving development, nurturing innovation, and building sustainable value across sectors.
At Abuja Investment Company Limited, we see infrastructure not just as a physical structure, but as a platform for empowerment. Our goal is to ensure that every project contributes to economic inclusion, community well-being, and national pride.
Whether you're a Nigerian, whether you're a foreigner, when you want to invest in Nigeria, you look at the federal capital, which is for everyone, and that is one of our unique selling points. And also, we've been able to deliver value over the time.
Abuja Investment Company Limited is the strategic investment arm of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, focused on driving sustainable development and economic transformation across Abuja.
AICL's transformation into a group structure is a great achievement and lays the foundation for long-term sustainability.
Show me a company that doesn't have documentation. I'll show you a company that is dead on arrival. So we can't overemphasize our need to have proper documentation system, and which is what AICL has currently.
We are well balanced in our portfolio, and that is one of the things we use to manage and mitigate risk.
From thriving markets and housing estates to groundbreaking transport systems and film villages, AICL's projects are redefining the Abuja landscape and expanding opportunities for future generations.
We've quietly facilitated markets like Karuki Market, Wuse Market, Otako Farmers Market, malls like the Guzampe Mall, estates like Ivy Apartments, public transport system, and let's not forget that we manage national civic assets like the International Conference Center and the Eagle Square.
Across Abuja, the results speak for themselves. Their flagship projects, according to a diverse portfolio, stand proud, serving the citizens of the FCT. AICL's completed projects reflect a commitment to tangible progress, transforming infrastructure into opportunity and vision into measurable impact. They are leading the way in real estate, tourism, financial services, infrastructure, and energy, leading the nation in green technology with the first all-green market, Utako.
Having the first ever solar-powered market in the FCT, and probably in Nigeria, has demonstrated how we innovate.
Every initiative aligns with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu and the development vision of the FCT Minister, Barrister Nyesom Wike, driving jobs, housing, and infrastructure for all.
The guiding principle is simple: people first. We build infrastructure that opens doors to income, dignity, participation, and progress.
AICL belongs to every Nigerian.
We're not just looking at our stakeholders or our shareholders, basically. We are looking also at the citizens of the FCT because they matter to us.
The structures here is different from others, even the outlook.
Before I came here, I've always been skeptical about operating in a market environment, but coming here has been wonderful. It's different, it's serene. It's a place that anybody can come and shop.
When you look at some of the budgeting that we do, they are purpose-driven. It's not just budgets to make profit.
Every naira we mobilize, every project we initiate is rooted in the belief that people are at the center of it and they come first.
At the core of AICL's transformation is visionary leadership, guided by strategic foresight and an unrelenting commitment to excellence. Under the Group Managing Director, Ambassador Dr. Maureen Tamuno.
But I can tell you with the new GMD, files doesn't sleep on our table. So we've had an improved turnaround time in dealing with issues and getting results out.
One of the first things she did was to pay a visit to Wuse Market. And that was the first time any GMD has visited a market.
She is bringing in more and more solutions to problems, and at the same time bringing in more technological development into Abuja Investment Company Limited.
Under the leadership of Ambassador Dr. Maureen Tamuno, AICL's mission has taken new life, one rooted in innovation, inclusivity, and results that speak for themselves.
I serve with a sense of duty, not just to the present, but to the generations that will inherit what we build today.
Through its dynamic subsidiaries, AICL translates vision into action, each one contributing to a stronger, smarter, and more inclusive Abuja.
If we focus on tangible outcomes, perception and economic impact, then revitalization of our subsidiaries is greater.
AICL provides strategic directions. This actually helps APTC to grow to the level we are.
In recent times, AICL has provided that support that we need in performing our tasks.
In terms of leadership, they have always at the forefront, showing us the way and letting us know that this is how to go about things.
Our work on repositioning the Abuja Film Village and Creative Economy Hub exceeded expectations.
The project has been financed 100% by AICL to enable Abuja Film Village kickstart revenue generation, economic growth.
It's been a journey of turning potentials into performance.
AICL's story is also one of collaboration, partnering with credible developers, investors, and institutions to deliver projects that shape communities and strengthen the FCT's economic foundation.
Public-private partnerships, PPPs, are the backbone of our delivery model.
We have a lot of collaborations with some of the people we have identified as stakeholders.
AICL's investment in ASO is more than just financial. It positions AICL as an enabler of affordable housing, job creation, and economic development.
AICL brings a rare combination of institutional value, access to government-backed resources, and openness to innovation.
Being an arm of the FCT, they have that public sector insights that guide you to navigate you through the bureaucratic process and the regulatory frameworks in the FCT.
You know, for us to work with Abuja Investment, it added a lot of value to our portfolio, as well as, you know, create a profitability for our company.
There's a lot of impact when, you know, you do this kind of partnership. And I will tell you one critical thing is that, number one, it creates job. When you patronize indigenous developers, consultants, or professionals.
No success stands alone. Through partnership with credible private sector shareholders, AICL continues to deliver high-impact projects with lasting value that transforms communities.
At AICL, we pursue PPPs that are structured, transparent, and outcome-driven, ensuring that the people of Abuja always receive the long-term benefits.
The Abuja Investment Summit is AICL's flagship platform for dialogue, collaboration, and investment growth, connecting policymakers, investors, and entrepreneurs committed to driving sustainable development across the Federal Capital Territory.
It's more than an investment forum. It is a convergence point for diverse stakeholders, including diplomats, women-led enterprises, youth, men, innovators, and also diaspora investors. We are intentional about creating a platform where everyone has a seat at the table and where development is not just top-down, but also grassroots-driven.
AICL remains open to investors and strategic partners who share its commitment to innovation, transparency, and sustainable value creation.
We deeply and very deeply value our partnership with AICL. It is a model of how public sector investment can drive a sustainable development through commercial institutions.
If you are going to AICL, have a genuine commitment. You have to be transparent to work with them, and you have to develop your goals.
I will advise future partners to link up with AICL and collaborate with them, because there is a lot of benefit in collaborating with Abuja Investment. They make your work easier.
I would tell you it has been a very good experience and is worth it.
I can say that if you're opportune to work with Abuja Investment Company Limited, you should quickly do that.
I don't want anybody to be a future partner with AICL. I want them to jump in now. Now that the train is moving and they have a woman that has the capacity to drive businesses, it's time to jump on the train, get things going, and benefit from this partnership that's going on today.
Simply doing things with integrity, transparency, and accountability. That's the only way it would work.
The journey doesn't end here. AICL's next phase is driven by innovation, bold, people-focused project designed to redefine business, housing, tourism, infrastructure, and the creative economy. These and many more are the landmark projects AICL is building towards making the FCT the #1 capital city in the world.
Our goal has always been to create an enabling environment where both multinational investors and local traders can thrive side by side.
For 30 years, Abuja Investment Company Limited has built trust, progress, and prosperity. The next chapter begins now, powered by innovation, guided by purpose, and driven by the people we serve, empowering businesses, transforming communities, and shaping the future of the FCT.
All you need to know, just call for that documentary as part of your archives in your office so that you can watch it over and over again and see where you can tuck yourself in terms of where you can engage and what kind of stakeholder you will be. I'd like to say that if you look around the room, you can see the work that Her Excellency Ambassador Tamuno has been doing in terms of building relationships. When you're working in an environment of business, one of the greatest lessons of life is that you cannot be official on a 24-hour basis. You need to work on those areas that give you the opportunity to build a Rolex, to ensure that you are working in a way in which you can have a speed dial to people that matter to the business that you carry through. To be able to bring the FCT minister, even though he is her supervising minister, is a big deal. And for the honorable minister to decide that at the top of the deck of the ranking of the honorable minister of state is who he will send, is to tell you the measure of the work that Ambassador Tamuno has been doing. In addition to which, man about town, businessman, mogul, traveling from country to country, Mr. Tony Elumelu has made his presence felt. Dr. Tamuno has done a great job. I cannot tell you. And to bring the elder statesmen and traditional rulers of note indicate to you the kind of stakeholding relationships that she's building over the years. We're truly proud of you and the work that you have been doing. We appreciate you. It's very important for us to look at our program and see just how intentional, as she said in that clip, the Abuja Investment Company Limited has been. Because the Abuja Film Village is under her belt, she has decided, along with her team, to put the portion that has become something that's very close to the heart of His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the creative economy. The creative economy not only enjoyed Mr. President's support, he created a whole ministry and put a lady in charge of that ministry. That creative economy has constantly and continuously brought Nigeria to the fore in entertainment, in music, in film. And one of the doyens of film in Nigeria, a matriarch of the Nollywood industry, Ajoke Silva, is here with us today, and I'd like to just celebrate her presence in our midst. It's always good to see somebody who you admire doing her thing on television and on the big screen, arriving to an event and sitting quietly in the corner. Ajoke Silva is Nigeria's icon, and of course, we have a session that talks about film and that talks about the creative industry and talks about how film and creativity is an important economic asset. But if you look at your program, you will also see that we have a session on women, and why not? Women hold half of the sky, and the United Nations SDG 5 is achieving gender equality and empowering all women and girls. and because she understands the power that women bring to the table in negotiation, in the creative industry, in keeping everybody together as a family unit, she has decided that she would have at day 4, women in leadership, women in business. And so having given you just a tip of the iceberg of what to expect from this Abuja Business and Investment Expo 2025, we also have a session for youths and how they're breaking new grounds and doing new things to ensure that they're disruptive. They don't do things the way we do. And I'm considering that maybe I might have a mobile restaurant since I like to cook. And so I'll be consulting with Abuja Investment about how I can start a restaurant. That would be a good thing to do, wouldn't you think? That I'm not just doing broadcasting, you know, I'm not just doing this work that I do, that I'm also cooking for the community, which would be a great thing to do. It's time now for us to invite a man who has singing as part of his gifts, my co-director of ceremony, Mr. Andy Gabriel.
Thank you very much. I'm also doing something by the side. I've been looking for an opportunity to see the keynote speaker. Thank God, Your Excellency Ambassador Maureen Tamino, through your invitation, I'm meeting him one-on-one again, and I'd like that you invest into my business. I do cooking from home, and I deliver to people. I could try a plate of your favorite dish for you today before you leave this hall, and they will deliver right to your doorstep. So please, I'm also going to approach Ambassador Tamino to be able to do that same for me so that I can improve on my business. I'd like to thank you especially for the work you're doing for Africa and the world especially, that you've groomed so many young men and women that have become entrepreneurs of note, doing great, great things in their various countries. I think Sir Tony Elumelu, CFR, deserves yet another round of applause. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. I'd like to run through these quick recognitions for brevity of time. I'll be very brief with this. I'd like to recognize the Managing Director of Julius Berger, represented here by the Regional Manager of Julius Berger, Engineer Oliver Berger. Please, a warm round of applause for him. We also recognize the Managing Director and CEO of ASO Savings and Loans PLC, Hajar Risikatu Ahmed. Thank you very much for coming. I recognize and welcome the Honorable Minister of Petroleum Resources, Senator Heineken Lopobri, represented here by his very lovely wife. We'd like to welcome Mrs. Susan Lopobri. Please, a warm round of applause for her, please. OJ Porcherella, the diva, we welcome you. I'd also like to recognize and welcome Malam Abakar Ibrahim, the Executive Director, Administration and Finance, Sokoto Rima River Basin Development Authority. Thank you for joining us, sir. We also appreciate the presence of the Botswanan High Commissioner to Nigeria, Your Excellency Fielder Nani Keren. Please, a warm round of applause for her. Thank you very much for joining us. Without much ado, we'll be moving on with the goodwill messages at this juncture. And to blaze the trail with the goodwill messages, and I've been asked to just allot 3 minutes and would like to encourage you to skip protocols as much as possible. We'd like you to blaze a trail, and to do this for us will be the Acting Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Abuja Enterprise Agency, Dr. Chudi Ogwada Ezirigwe. Please can we welcome him with a resounding applause, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Minister of State, FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, who is here representing the Honorable Minister, FCT, His Excellency, Right Honorable Ezenwo Wike, CON. The Group Managing Director, Abuja Investment Limited, and indeed, members of the National Assembly here present, permanent secretaries, mandate secretaries of the FCT administration, of course our royal fathers, and most especially our very revered keynote speaker, Tony Elumelu, CFR, who is here present with us. And indeed, ladies and gentlemen, honestly, this is simply epoch-making, because one would say that with the arrival of the group GMD Abuja Investments Limited, the investment climate of the FCT have since taken a new turn. Sometime last year, when this particular business and investment expo was held, it was the inaugural one. It was never done before, but I believe that the nature of presence that we're seeing in this hall today reflects what had happened in the past with the inaugural edition. And as you will agree with me also, Abuja as a model city is obviously wearing a new look, signaling that it is ready to receive the myriad of persons across the globe who are interested in making Abuja a city of choice when it comes to investment. And here we have one of the leading lights in terms of investments and businesses in Africa sitting right here with us. He's going to be speaking with us very shortly, and I believe I will be tapping into his world of experience. And not to forget that across Africa, the gentleman has made his mark, empowering young innovators, young creative minds realize their dreams. And this is exactly what the group GMB Abuja Investment is also doing here, taking a cue from our keynote speaker in the business of empowering young, innovative minds. As she had made known to us here in her welcome address, at Abuja Enterprise Agency, we collaborated with the Abuja Investment to tap into the talents that are in abundance, especially with respect to our youths. A lot of them are here, and we'll be interacting with them as this forum goes on. This expo is for 3 days. I'm sure that this is an opportunity for those who have not had the experience of the new things that are happening in the FCT to actually see things for themselves and tap into the myriad of opportunities in tourism, in real estate, and what have you. In ICT, all these things are available here in the FCT. The place is welcoming, the city is smiling, is turning green again, and to the glory of God and to the benefit of mankind, trust me, bring your money to Abuja Enterprise Agency, and trust me, all your resources will be safe and get you smiling to the banks at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't intend to bore you with a long speech, but just to say that Abuja is the place for you to trust your investments with. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and God bless all of us. Thank you.
I can't agree with you any less. Abuja is investors' haven. Please put your hands together for him one more time. Just as we move on, I'd like to recognize the presence of the Executive Governor of Abia State, His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti. He'll be represented here by his special advisor on investment promotion, PPP, and also doubles as the chairman, Abia Investment Summit. I'd like to recognize the presence of High Chief J.N. Green Amakwe. Please can we welcome him with a round of applause, standing in for the Executive Governor. Thank you for joining us. Shehush Sagagi is the Honorable Commissioner, Commerce, Industry and Cooperative, and he's here representing the Executive Governor of Kano State, His Excellency Abba Kabir Yusuf. We welcome you in his stead. Please, one round of applause for him. Our very next goodwill message, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, will be coming from Her Excellency Field Nani Kireng, the Botswanan High Commissioner to Nigeria. Please let's welcome her with a round of applause. And the same when Your Excellency, please just do 3 minutes and try as much as possible to skip protocols for want of time. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Botswana High Commissioner to Nigeria.
Skipped with all the honor to distinguished hosts, keynote speaker, and ladies and gentlemen. From the High Commission of Botswana in Abuja, it is an honor for me to give this goodwill message. Very shortly, I just want to appreciate this opportunity for us to join you in this very iconic summit and expo. I was here last year at the inaugural summit. I was sitting somewhere in the back. I saw what was happening. I was interested, I was motivated. I pushed my way to the front line, and I'm here today. Thank you, Madam GMD, for this. In that summit, I met great people, and it's an honor for us as Botswana to be here to also meet more greater people, in the summit. When I was here last year, I did promise you, Madam, that I'm going to bring Botswana investors in this 2025 summit. They are sitting right here. From the livestock development expertise in Botswana, we are the best producers of the best tasting beef in the whole world. These are the guys that are doing it. They've come to share knowledge, they've come to inspire you, they also want to come and set up here. So that this cattle that we see, they will come to the taste that we'll export and we'll put it on the table for us. Good quality, expertise, the technologies and everything. I want to thank you very much because the creatives are waiting and tourism is also waiting. I'm also waiting for my own investment opportunity. I just want to say this is an iconic event. It is a place where there's bubbling energy and there's a hope that we can see. Abuja is glistering, with hope for a great place to develop ourselves and the continent. It has to happen here. I don't see anywhere else. Congratulations, Madam, Honorable Ministers, and the team for this very big event. I can't say more. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody, and let's share what we can do together to support these women. Thank you very much, and all the best.
Awesome. Talking about energy, there's an energy that welcomes you into Abuja, whether you're coming in by air or you're coming in by road. The moment you disembark from the aircraft that must have brought you into this town, there's an energy that flows right into your body. That energy is not necessarily from the very bright sun that we have. It's not from the weather. It's not just from anything else, but that's just a welcome weather and a welcome energy that is actually birthed by the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. You come into a town and the air is so fresh, so inviting, so irresistible. Very many people who came in from Lagos way back and says, nah, Abuja is too quiet, it's too this for my liking. I can tell you for real and for free that today they are Abuja residents. That is the ambience and of course the charm that comes with Abuja. Please give it up one more time for the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, represented here by the Honorable Minister of State. Our next goodwill message will be coming from the royalty, and I'd like to invite His Royal Highness Alhaji Abubakar Sani Pai, who also is a former Group Managing Director, Abuja Investment Company Limited, to please lend his voice to what we're doing here by giving us his remarks of goodwill. Today, he sits pretty very tall as the Serikim Pai here in Abuja. Your Royal Highness, sir, please a warm round of applause for him.
The Honourable Minister of State, FCT, I thought I wouldn't have been the best person to offer this goodwill because I've been in Abuja investment before, but since I've been invited, first let me thank the Group Managing Director of Abuja Investment Company Limited. Having worked there before and the transformation that I've seen, I say that obviously we have the energy because the energy, I'm sure, is coming from the FCT administration. You have all the support, and I think that is why you are having the energy to move on and then bring the dividends of the democracy and in terms of investment to FCT. Really, I want to say that I'm quite excited to see the developments we are seeing in the FCT based on what you have been able to deliver. With all the myriad of problems in Abuja investment, you've been able to surmount them because you're a tough woman. I would actually say that those of us who were there before, we knew how difficult it was to resolve some of the issues. But within the space of 2 years, you've been able to resolve most of the problems that we couldn't resolve. And I think we have to commend you for this. And like I said, you had all the support of the Honorable Minister and Honorable Minister of State. And I want to really appreciate them for doing that, because without the support of the FCT administration, you wouldn't have delivered what you are delivering now. And I think everybody will say that, yes, Abuja investment is coming out. I remember when I was there, we couldn't even pay salaries. We have to start from the beginning. But you have done an amazing job. We want to thank you for this amazing job. And please keep up, and we'll begin to assist you from the traditional institution. Because I was talking to my colleague, how we can begin to assist you so that you can deliver on the mandates and ensuring that the FCT is better for all of us, because the investment climate is what we need so that people can bring in their money, and then the federal budget will be used for other infrastructures while the private persons bring in their money and do some other things for the FCT. So I want to thank you so much for inviting us to grace this occasion. And then, like I said, we give you all the necessary support from the traditional institution. Count on our support, because the minister has directed that we must give all the support for the entire FCT itself so that we'll be able to do better. Thank you, and God bless.
Another royal clap for the royalty and for my group managing director. Thank you so very much, sir. We have two of them here, and it is pertinent that we listen to the words of Sarikin Jua, His Royal Highness Dr. Idris Musa Jua, MFR, and we just want to invite you to please lend your voice to what's going on here very briefly so we can put paid to the goodwill messages and move on with the rest of our programs on our program flow. Please, a warm round of applause for His Royal Highness.
The Minister of State, FCT, represented by Minister of FCT, represented by Minister of State, FCT, the members of the high table here. My own is just to thank the organizers. Was this a wonderful job? I'm very excited because most of the development are in my chiefdom, like building materials, timber, and other businesses are inside my district. Iduwaji, Karasana, Karmo, all are under me. My own is to urge the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory to come to our aid. There is a market that has been established since during Erupai's regime. That's Abuja Regional Market, and is there and as a suitable shelter for the criminals. It is better for you, for the investor to come there and take over and do that, because the problem is too much for us. Then again, the industrial area is there without infrastructure. It has been there for a long time. Without the infrastructure, there will not be any development there. It's a mega development that is coming there. We are appealing to Minister of the Federal Capital Territory with what she's doing to turn down and look at doing those area. Look at what Abuja Industrial Park is doing now. They came from Turkey, but they are doing well. Our own that we have left in, that we have started, it is better for us to put idea and do something there. And I urge all the developers to cooperate with us. We are your development partners. We thank you very much. God bless you.
We appreciate you, Royal Father. I recognize the presence of Executive Director, Abuja North Central United Bank for Africa, Mr. Alex Alozie. We'd like to welcome you. Please, a warm round of applause for him. As we do this, I'd like to then invite the Governor of Abia State, His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti, ably represented here by High Chief J.N. Green Amakwe, Special Advisor to the Governor on Investment Promotion, Public-Private Partnership, and Chairman Abia Investment Summit. Please, let's welcome His Excellency with a round of applause.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to rest on a well-established protocol. I'm here to speak on behalf of His Excellency, Dr. Oti, OFR, who could have been here himself, but for several engagements of states, he couldn't come to show his presence and support what is happening in the FCT. I'm also here representing myself to learn what is going on in Abuja Investment Company Limited. I came to Abuja about 30 years ago, but with what is going on here today, I hardly recognize many parts of Abuja. So I am learning, and also I've come to copy so that I will replicate the little we are doing in Abia State to see if we can merge the FCT. In Abia State, a lot of things are taking place, especially in infrastructure. We have done so well. I can proudly say that Abia State is one of the safest places you can be in Nigeria today. Since to contribute to what is going on in FCT, we are also inviting you to come to our own state because we admire what you are doing and we want to emulate you. And because of that, we have set up our own version of the investment summit coming up from the 25th of November to 27th of November this year. And of course, we are partnering with Turkey. One of those who are investing in FCT today is Turkey. So we want also Turkey to come, and so that other Nigerians will see what they are doing and copy from them. On that note, let me congratulate the organizers of this event and say you are doing well and continue to do well. And those who are doing well are expected to do even better. May God bless you as you go on with this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. I've always said that I've lived in Abuja for a very, very long time. The moment the Nigerian Television Authority moved into Abuja, when at that time President Babangida asked us all to move. We were literally living in Abuja, and you know, when you want to move people to a new city, so it was very difficult for a lot of us. But the moment I began to settle into Abuja, I began to respect the city, especially because I was coming from Lagos, where the traffic was insane. And I could go from a friend's house to another friend's house and attend 3 different. I wasn't thinking about all those things, and it allowed me at that time to settle my brain in a place where I was actually able to write my first book and my second book. And now it has given birth to several other books on its way. Abuja gives you the ability to think through the clutter that may be in your life. It allows you to see clearly and enables you to work between one point and another without thinking about distractions or the traffic. My driver knows that I famously say to him, turn down the music, I'm working. So if I have Buhari, I'll do copious amounts of work before I get to Buhari. There is ease of doing business. There is peace of mind. There's friendship. And there are opportunities for you to truly invest in Abuja. If you have kept a pot somewhere and you're thinking, where should I take it? Please bring it here. Abuja is waiting for you. Let's hear a round of applause for the Federal Capital City and all it means to different people. I'm sure that our keynote speaker has a mindset of what Abuja means to him. Although we see him on Instagram in different cities of the world, when you go to where he's chair, begin to see pictures of him and different leaders of the world showing that we have gravitas in Nigeria. We have the men and women who can lead across the world, not just within Nigeria. I am absolutely delighted that my brother and friend accepted to come and do the honors for another sister and friend and for the FCT. And I'm certain that the Honorable Minister of the FCT is himself extremely excited that Mr. Tony Elumelu accepted to come into our city and do the needful. After all, as my lawyer would say, if you want to know about property in Abuja, you measure it from the Hilton. Very interesting. Measure it. How far away is your property from the Hilton? That's how you know that you have property. You see? Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the representative of the Honorable Minister, our chief host, I'd like to take this moment to introduce to us our keynote speaker. Mr. Tony Elumelu holds a master's degree in economics from the University of Lagos. He is founder and chairman of Heirs Holdings, chairman of United Bank for Africa Group, chairman Transcorp PLC, founder of Tony Elumelu Foundation. He's a leading advocate of Africapitalism, the idea that the private sector, especially entrepreneurs, should drive Africa's growth rather than reliance solely on aid. Included in Time magazine's 100 most influential people in the world, Mr. Elumelu is multiply awarded with different awards, including the title of Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. He began his banking career, rising rapidly at age 26 to become a branch manager. He took over a distressed bank, Crystal Bank, and became Standard Chartered. He further made his mark. Under the Tony Elumelu Foundation's flagship program, thousands of African entrepreneurs have been trained, financed, and mentored. His philanthropy and support for entrepreneurs across Africa noted. I'd like to take a quote from one of his mentees from South Africa, Paul Deputa Kabeya. Through the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program, networking has been the most valuable opportunity I've explored in this journey. I've been able to meet different entrepreneurs, learning from them to see things differently, unquote. As chairman UBA and chairman Heirs Holdings, he has shown his investing dexterity, strategic and forward-looking. Our keynote speaker is one of Nigeria's leading business moguls, Please join me in giving a truly warm welcome to Mr. Tony Elumelu.
Thank you. Hello, yeah, thank you. Oh my God. I was wondering if it's me they are still introducing. But thank you so much. Thank you both. Sorry, my voice is a bit cracked, you know, small cold. So good morning, Honorable Minister, and good morning, our distinguished guests, captains of industry, policy makers, development partners, the members of the press, our young entrepreneurs, and my chair. People call him Chairman, Council of Elders. I call him my chairman for life. He was my chairman at Standard Trust Bank. Our journey is a long journey. He was my chairman at Standard Trust Bank, chairman at United Bank of Africa. So we've been together for a long time. That's why I say he's life chairman. And one of those who taught me how to even conduct a board and comport myself at board meetings. Telling me where to sit at board meeting, that you sit on this side, the secretary sits on this side, and mentored me to this day. So Chief Alababa, good to see you here, sir. Let me begin by commending the Abuja Investment Company Limited and its visionary group managing director and CEO, Ambassador Dr. Maureen Tamuno, my own sister, for this timely and strategic summit, bringing the public and private sectors together in one room is very important, and that is how real sustainable change begins. I also congratulate my brother, the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, for the remarkable transformation we continue to witness here in our Federal Capital Territory. Abuja is a window to our nation, Nigeria. So I salute his unceasing efforts to ensure that our federal capital demonstrates our true excellence. It is both an honor and a responsibility to address everyone here today on a subject that stands at the very heart of our continent's future, the role of private sector leadership in Africa's economic transformation. For context, Africa today is at a pivotal moment in its economic journey. We are clearly the world's youngest continent. We are endowed with vast natural resources. We have a growing consumer market and a very, very dynamic entrepreneurial spirit. Yet, we also face persistent challenges, such as youth unemployment, infrastructure deficit, which is why it is good to see the progress that's going on here, limited access to finance, climate devastation, and the lingering effects of global economic volatility, which we bear a lot of in this part of the world. But amid these challenges lies an extraordinary opportunity. Opportunity to build a new African economy driven by innovation, enterprise, and private sector leadership. No nation, not one, has ever achieved sustained prosperity without a vibrant and viral private sector. All across Africa, the private sector is trying. Private sector in Africa today contributes over 70% of our continent GDP and over 80% of our total employment. But this is not just about numbers. It's about influence and initiative. The private sector drives productivity, connects markets, mobilizes investment, and builds resilience. From fintech startups in Lagos to renewable energy firms in Nairobi, from agribusinesses and entrepreneurs in Kigali to manufacturing innovators in Johannesburg. The private sector is indeed reimagining what is possible on our continent. Distinguished audience, I speak from experience. At Heirs Holdings Group, which we founded 15 years ago, this belief drives everything that we do. This is what I call Afro-capitalism. The philosophy that the private sector has a role to play and must lead our continent's economic transformation by investing long-term in critical sectors that help to unlock and catalyze prosperity and opportunities for all. True leadership is not just about generating profits. True leadership is also about generating progress. Africa's private sector must lead with a sense of purpose. By investing in skills development to empower Africa's youth, championing sustainability and green growth as we industrialize, building inclusive value chains that bring small enterprises and rural communities into the growth story, and driving digital transformation to unlock productivity and competitiveness. This is what it means to lead at the forefront of transformation, not just to participate in growth, but to shape it. Doing well and doing good are not mutually exclusive. On the contrary, they are the twin foundations of Africa's transformation in the 21st century. What we do at the Tony Elumelu Foundation is driven by this consciousness, by this awareness that first, no one but us will develop our continent, and two, that it's not just about making profit, that we can indeed make profit and do good simultaneously, and no one waiting for the other. This year, Heirs Holdings, our investment platform, celebrates 15 years of defining Afro-capitalism, 15 years of investment that create value, 15 years of investment that empower communities, and 15 years of existence that transforms lives. When the Tony Elumelu Foundation decides to support young African entrepreneurs, it is because we know that we can't talk about prosperity for one when the many are living in abject poverty. And that we cannot say that we're posting billions of dollars in profit when all around us there's poverty. Our investments Beyond talking of Africa, we invest in Abuja, and we have a connection with the Federal Capital Territory. One is our federal capital, but more importantly, it presents a hospitable and very good investment destination for our group. Our investments in Abuja demonstrate our vision executed, vision of transforming lives and improving communities. Our track record in Abuja is a living testament to our philosophy delivered. Through Transcorp Group, we transformed the Transcorp Hilton Abuja from an aging landmark that did not do justice to our nation into a contemporary, world-class hospitality icon, a venue that hosts the world. Today, the Transcorp Hilton stands tall as one of Africa's leading hotels, a symbol of excellence right here in Abuja, a beacon of our potential where Nigeria greets the world and delivers African excellence. We did not stop there. This year, we launched the Transcorp Event Center, a 5,000 capacity ultra-modern space, cementing Abuja as a business and tourism hub, not just for Nigeria, but for Africa. Our investment in the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, AEDC, is another example of private sector transformation in action. We know electricity powers productivity, and we know that electricity powers homes, hospitals, schools, and businesses all depend on it. We have made progress. Generated and so, but we're not deterred or limited by it. We believe in the long run to be sorted out. And this is why this kind of forum that bring policy makers, private sector development partners in one room to discuss investment and opportunities and to talk about how to transform Africa and starting from Nigeria is usually very, very exciting to us. Because when investors succeed, the nation and the continent succeeds. Across our group, we directly and indirectly employ over 7,000 Nigerians here in Abuja, Federal Capital Territory alone. Our young ones need jobs. It's a betrayal of a generation for people to leave school and not find jobs. So to us, one of the indices or one of the criteria for success as a business is when we are also able to create employment for people. Through the Tony Elmelu Foundation, we have empowered over 24,000 young Africans, including 641 beneficiaries, young men and women in Abuja, in the Federal Capital Territory. Each of them receiving a non-refundable seed capital of $5,000 each, plus training and mentorship. This to us is another index of success. So success to us is not just about profitability, it's about how we help to catalyze prosperity and social wealth for all. For transformation to be sustainable, the private sector cannot act alone. We must build a new social contract between government, businesses, and citizens, anchored in trust, transparency, and shared vision. Government must create the enabling environment, sound macroeconomic policies, reliable infrastructure, and predictable regulations. In return, the private sector must uphold ethical standards, invest locally, and deliver tangible social impact. Public-private partnerships are the bridges that can turn ambition into achievement, whether in digital connectivity, agriculture, transport infrastructure, or power generation. So for the private sector to deliver, government must support, sustain, and partner with them. And that is why I like this kind of initiative. You know, the Abuja Investment Company is a subsidiary part of government, but they're leading in this form and creating this type of conversation. So congratulations to you. Private capital is patient, but needs certainty. Predictable regulation attracts long-term investment, and inconsistency drives it away. No investor will commit where the rules keep changing. Trust is a currency of investment, and policy stability converts trust into capital. I was in Oslo last week or two, no, before Washington, 1.5 weeks ago, and I was asked, why invest in Africa when the risks are so high? But my answer was simple. There's risk everywhere. But in Africa, the returns are higher. And the impact is deeper. When you create one job in Africa, honestly, it's equal to maybe 100 jobs created elsewhere because of our level of underdevelopment and poverty. Optimism must be matched with structure. We need consistency. We need rule of law and infrastructure that enable businesses to thrive. So to the FCT minister and his colleagues, thanks for the massive infrastructure project you're rolling out here. It has implications, positive implications for business development, for attracting investment. So keep it up and don't relent and do more. Transforming Nigeria and Africa requires capital, but not just any capital. It requires patient, purposeful, and Pan-African capital. The rise of African investment funds, impact investors, and diaspora financing is changing the game positively. We need to deepen our capital markets, embrace fintech innovation, and expand access to credit for small and medium-scale enterprises, because these are the true backbone of our economies, and these are the true creators of employment. Big businesses don't create the kind of jobs that help to change this country. It is small and medium-scale business, and all of us, I like the testimony from the documentary. I like the commitment your agency is paying to this critical segment. All of us must deliberately prioritize this segment. We must realize that their success is equal to our success, and that if we don't prioritize the small and medium-scale enterprises, as a continent, as a country, as a territory, we won't go far. So commendable, don't relent, let's do more. If we align capital with vision, Africa will not just grow, it will thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, the time for incremental change has passed. We must now lead a continental movement of enterprise where African businesses are not just consumers of global ideas, but creators of global value. We must be architects of progress. And we must realize as individuals, we cannot succeed if the many do not succeed. So all of us must go together. Let us believe in African excellence. Let us invest in African innovation. How can we expect foreign investors to invest in us, in our economies and countries, if we don't invest in our own economies? Make money, but it will be a huge disservice, an act of unpatriotism to save your money in economies that already have so much. Make your money, but please bring it and invest locally. Let us collectively build the Africa we deserve. No one will build it for us. We need to build a prosperous, inclusive, and self-reliant African continent, society, and economy. Building economies, not extracting profits. That must be the new African business ethos, especially for us in the private sector. Building economies, not extracting profits. For sustainability in business and even in social good, you have to make profit and not a loss. But that should not be the overriding objective, overriding goal. It should be a combined objective. Make profit for sustainability, but equally important, play your own role in helping to catalyze other sectors, other areas, so that all of us will live at least at some basic level. And that is what assures peace in societies. In conclusion, distinguished guests, Africa's economic transformation will not be written in boardrooms in New York, London, or Beijing. It will be written here on our continent, here in Nigeria, here in Abuja. And it will be written by African entrepreneurs, by our young ones. To be written by African investors and African leaders standing at the forefront of history, transforming challenge into opportunity and potential into prosperity. I want to remind fellow private sector leaders who have succeeded and who are succeeding that it is now in our collective interest to put resources together with government, with development partners, to help create a better environment, business environment, better environment through investments, so that collectively we can address poverty. Because poverty anywhere is a threat to all of us everywhere. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wanted him to remain standing because his keynote has energized us all to go and find that money for investment. I also wanted us to note that a man who spends his time investing all over the world and in social engineering is not a man to be taken lightly. Investing in Africa's children is a sine qua non of ensuring that you are investing in yourself, that we're protecting our very selves by doing that. But beyond that, he also invests in his family. Mr. Tony Elumelu is his wife's greatest cheerleader, his children's greatest cheerleader, and his relations' greatest cheerleader. I would give us a moment to celebrate him before he returns to his seat. Our keynote speaker, Mr. Tony Elumelu. We're very proud of the work that you do, and in Abuja, we all salute you for this work. We thank you most sincerely for that kind of work. Well done. Great job. Thank you very much. Please, you may be seated. The Honorable Minister, represented by the Honorable Minister of State, congratulates Mr. Tony Elumelu as he makes his way to his seat. He also spends time to say hello to our host, who has galvanized us all together at this point. Some of the things that Mr. Elumelu said in his speech, and that's a speech that everybody should crave to have in their collection, included the fact that it's important to give funding access to SMEs. And that funding access to SMEs will transform Nigeria. And in transforming Nigeria, you require capital, patience, purposeful leadership, and embracing technology. He says private sector leaders must, as a matter of course, do it in their collective interest to pool resources together for a better environment for citizens and to provide that investment that will open the doors for citizens to address poverty. The Tony Elumelu Foundation has supported 24,000 young Africans with a $5,000 non-refundable grant, training and mentorship, and 641 have benefited from the FCT. This is an index of succeeding when you invest in people, you invest in your community, and you invest in yourself by so doing. And when other investors ask him, why should we invest in Africa, or why should we invest in Nigeria? Because of the risk. He says there's risk everywhere, but the returns are higher in Nigeria, and the impact is deeper. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Elumelu. Thank you again for coming to energize us on this side of the divide and supporting the Abuja Business and Investment Expo 2025. Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I've been privileged to be on tour with the current FCT administration across the many commissionings and the FCT flag-offs that have been happening across. As the Honorable Minister would say, except you choose not to see, the FCT is working. A round of applause for the FCT. And that work is supported in chief by His Excellency President Bola Tinubu. It is a fact that the FCT is showing that renewed hope agenda that Mr. President talks about all the time, especially within Abuja city center, and as you would see on television each time, the area councils in places where governance has been very thin on the ground. And today, they get not only to see the minister, and from time to time, they see His Excellency, Mr. President. It is a story of great success. When the story of Abuja is written down, the current FCT administration would shine brightly, of course. And while all of that is going on, you know that the works and legacies of the FCT administration currently working across different divides in the FCT, both for water and light, infrastructural development, including roads, that the legacies would remain a reference point for how to make impact in 2 years at an assignment handed over to the FCT minister by His Excellency, Mr. President himself. Under the current administration, Abuja has gained momentum as an investment destination. And if you listened to the ambassador from Botswana, you heard her say that Abuja is shining brightly and is being polished. There is no doubt that the FCT is changing in the best possible ways. Under the belt of the FCT minister and his team. And we know that that is the reason why this hall is full, aside from the relationship building of Dr. Maureen Tamuno. The FCT attracts to itself the very best, especially because of the work that has been going on that all can see. My mother would say, dress appropriately so that the right people will speak to you. Abuja has been dressed up in that appropriate garment that attracts the right quality of people that are all in the room today. And why not? And because of that dressing that Abuja has worn for itself through a dint of hard work, we are aware that this particular Business and Investment Expo 2025 The maiden edition took place last year. And last year, we had quite a number of people come, but this year, it is a fair share of double, because work has been going on, and everybody can now see Abuja in its glory, and all of us want to be part of that investment. And while all of that is going on, don't say my business is small. Mr. Tony Elumelu has excited us, at 26, he was already doing great things. You can't be too young, you can't be too old, there's always a place to start. Your investment can be too small. Tell yourself, I will start from where I can start. As the Honorable Minister, FCT always says, it's when the day breaks that is your morning. That is how it is. And so, the fact that we're here all gathered to show that we are at ready for investment. We have, of course, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who understands what time it is, sent his representative, Mrs. Simisola Bajamiro Kwajayi, SA Strategy, Partnership and Investment in Ministry of Foreign Affairs, representing Ambassador Yusuf Tuga. She's here in the room. We welcome you and we thank you for coming, because we understand what it takes to get the international community involved in investment in Abuja. We thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the lady I'm about to introduce is a robust team player. She is a medical doctor, a consultant family physician, a former commissioner of higher education in Kano State, administrator, politician, a very genteel woman who is rugged in joining the entire team of the FCT to do the needful by polishing the Federal Capital Territory. Representing the Honorable Minister today is a top-ranking official of the FCT, the Honorable Minister of State, FCT. Please welcome her as she delivers her intervention.
Thank you very much, the directors of the ceremony, Eugenia Abu and Andy Gabriel. Members of the National Assembly that are here present, former and serving, members of the Federal Executive Council, ably represented, Your Excellencies, Executive Governors of Abia and Kano State, ably represented, the Chairman here holding Transcorp, Hilton, and United Bank of Africa, Mr. Anthony Elumelu, CFR. Thank you very much for your well-elaborate and motivating keynote address. Group Managing Director, Abuja Investment Company Limited, Ambassador Maureen Tamino, PhD. Chief Anabaraba, Chairman, Rivers Elders Forum, Senior Special Assistant, Honorable Minister of State, and other special assistants that are here. Mandate Secretary, Women Affairs Secretariat, all top-ranking member officials of the FCTA and AICL that are here, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Captain of Industry, delegates and members of the panelists, moderators, our royal fathers, Sarkin Gabas of Abaji, representing the honor, the Emir of Jiwa, and also the Sarkin Pai that are all here. Invited participants, distinguished personalities, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is with deep sense of honor and dignity I stand before you this afternoon to represent His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory Administration, His Excellency, Dr. Chief Barrister Ezenwo Yelsun Wiki, CON Life Venture, Mr. Project, who would have been here in person, but because of other national assignments, he has to be represented. So I stand here to read his speech as his representative. I am honored to address this gathering of esteemed investors, business leaders, and stakeholders. It is indeed with great pleasure that I welcome you all to Abuja for this unique event, the 2025 Abuja Business and Investment Summit. I commend the Abuja Investment Company Limited for organizing this summit, providing the platform for fostering strategic partnership that will contribute to the economic advancement of the Federal Capital Territory. Today, we stand at a critical juncture in our nation's journey, committed to driving transformative change under the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President, President Bola Tinubu, GCFR. This initiative, spearheaded by His Excellency Bola Tinubu, emphasizes inclusive growth, infrastructure revitalization, and job creation, principles that guide our administration effort in the FCT. As the Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory Administration, I'm proud to lead this administration committed to transforming Abuja into a model city for the continent. The theme for this event, empowering sustainable growth, unlocking potentials in emerging markets, resonates deeply with our effort to create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. We recognize the critical role of infrastructure in driving industrialization, attracting investment, and fostering economic growth. As we deliberate in these few days that we're here, know that the FCT is at the forefront of this vision, serving a model for sustainable urban and rural development. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the FCT administration is resolute in ensuring that Abuja is not just the capital of Nigeria, but a beacon of sustainable development for the continent. We are committed to bringing the infrastructure gap, enhancing security, and creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. Our focus on infrastructure development is deliberate because we believe that a good road network is the hallmark of any meaningful development. Without good roads, you cannot get to schools or hospitals. Without roads, you cannot get food from the farm to our market and homes. So we have built and upgraded roads connecting satellite towns, area councils, and rural areas to the city center, reducing transit time and improving logistics. We are also working closely with the security agencies to ensure the FCT remains safe, providing logistic support and also providing satellite lighting in vulnerable areas. These efforts are geared towards creating a conducive environment for investors with modern infrastructure and streamlined processes. Ladies and gentlemen, Abuja is a symbol of what the country aspires to be. And we are dedicated through the support of Mr. President Bola Tinubu to make it even better and better. We are determined to build a sub-city open for investment and also empowering for all our citizens. However, we do not believe that we have all the answers for sustainable growth in FCT. We are flexible and open to new ideas and also solutions, which is why we are very delighted about this important forum, such as this one, the Abuja Business and Investment Summit 2025, which we believe will open our doors to emerging markets while showcasing the huge investment opportunities we have in the FCT. I therefore invite you to join us in this journey, leveraging the opportunities in the FCT to drive sustainable growth and development. Together, let us unlock the potentials of emerging markets and build a brighter future for generations to come. On this note, I wish you a productive and rewarding summit. Enjoy your stay in Abuja and find time to savor our lush gardens and hospitality resorts. Thank you for coming. May God bless the Federal Capital Territory and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much, Ma. May I kindly request that you don't leave us yet? Do us a favor, Ma, the Honorable Minister, please just stay with us a while. We're not tired of seeing your beautiful face. We like to appreciate you. Let me also invite very quickly to join the Honorable Minister on this side, the Group Managing Director, and of course, those of you on the front row with our keynote speaker. So please join her on this side. All of you on the front row. All of you on the front row, please. The second batch will be members of the diplomatic community. So kindly just tarry with us a while. I think they can take out the podium of the Honorable Minister whilst that is going on. Only those of you on the front row for now, please. Oh, diplomatic community has also joined. It means the Botswanan ambassador can then join. Okay, I think we'd better do it this way so they can accommodate as many of us as possible. We can stand there. Is it strong enough? Okay, ma. Please, can we also join her here? Sir Tony Elumelu, CFR, sir. And I'd like to appreciate our keynote speaker for one unique reason. The whole of last week has been, yes, please, the rest of you, please. And then some of you diplomats can come down, and then the rest of you can be at the back. Please, let's be mindful. Let's be mindful of the stairway. Then the rest of us can be up there. Please, let's have this picture first of all. This will be our first picture. Diplomats are also inclusive. Sir Tony Elumelu just flew into Nigeria, and one would expect that as a result of jet lag, he won't be able to make it here. But to the glory of God, because of his commitment to developing Nigeria and Africa and the passion he has to driving business in all parts and in all sectors of our economy, he is here. Please need to salute him again with another round of applause, please. And my younger sister, Nancy Ilo, who was also reporting every day from Washington, D.C. at the IMF World Bank event. We thank you so much too. Thank you so very much, Sir Tony Elumelu, again, for your passion for doing what you're doing. Thank you. All right, please, the Honorable Minister, GMD, would remain. Sir Tony Elumelu would remain. The rest of us can excuse them as I invite the next batch of persons who would want to join in for this photograph. Your Royal Highness, sir. Your Royal Highnesses. Royal Highnesses and managing directors of agencies in Abuja and mandate secretaries that are here. Mandate secretaries from the FCT that are here. Women Affairs is coming. OJ Porshorella can join in this. Yes, madam. You may wish to join. Have you taken pictures already? All right, thank you. Yes, please come. Let's do this with some dispatch for want of time. Whilst this is going on, we'd like to recognize the presence of Dr. Abdullahi Kuran Mata, Chief of Staff to the Honorable Minister of State, FCT, and all other senior special assistants and SAs to the Honorable Minister present here. Mandate secretaries, yes. I think some of you can go, just climb the stairway and you can stay right there behind them. Yes, let them go up, please. AICL management, please be on standby. We need you very close to the stage for your own picture photo opportunity. Please just remain with us. AICL, please. Dr. Akombi and the rest of your team. Local Organizing Committee or Central Planning Committee. Can we have you very quickly? If you can hear me from any part of this auditorium where you are. Please make your way to the fore, please, very quickly. AICL. Are they here ready? All right. AICL, staff of Abuja Investment Company Limited. Management, please, strictly. And subsidiaries, Abuja Markets and the rest of you, ASO Savings. Management of these companies that I've mentioned or subsidiaries. Abuja Film Village. Managing Director, ASO Savings and Loans PLC. Ajariska, to please come this way. Thank you. By extension, the MCs are non-staff, but we are staff. Yes, ma'am. Let's have this very quickly. Thank you very much. Please, just do us a favor, just the masters of ceremony, with the three of you. Honorable Minister, GMD, yes, ma'am. Just the three of you now, please. All right, so please, Pastor, can we then rise for the national anthem, please? No. It is a country to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God. Thank you very much. And we're going to move straight to the exhibition stands. The minister is being taken to the exhibition stand by the group managing director is leading the honorable minister to the exhibition stands. Please, the rest of us can remain, and then we can visit the exhibition stands on our own afterwards. But please kindly sit tight and wait as we prepare to move into the very plenary. Yes, please. Okay. In the meantime, whilst we wait for the GMD and our distinguished potential investors to join us for the plenary, would like the media to please play back the Abuja investment documentary one more time whilst we wait. The documentary can be playing at the backgrounds, please. Thank you. And as soon as this is done, and the minister returns, the group managing director returns to the auditorium, the hall, we'll get started the plenaries. And recall that we told you from the outset that we're going to have breakout sessions. And so the breakout sessions will happen simultaneously. I would like that we're enjoying all of you to please stay back with us. This is just the opening ceremony that has come to an end.